However, I also picked up this, which is the Wonder Lash, which I think looks like a dupe for the likes of Benefit, They're Real and things like that. I've actually had this one a little bit longer than the Sweet Lashes. This one, I have some opinions on that one. Hi, I hope you're all well. If you are new around here, hello, it is lovely to meet you. And if you are returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana and I'm a 36-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that is where the accent is from. And on this channel, we predominantly talk all things beauty, skincare, hair care, lifestyle, travel-y, bloggery, vloggery bullshit, but with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm and cynicism thrown in on top. And if that sounds like your kind of thing, there's a little subscription button in the corner. Give the video a little thumbs up and all that other YouTuber crap. Anyway, this video is going to be a haul video. I think it is pretty much mainly kind of budget and indie haul, I want to say. There's nothing particularly high end here, but I have been really enjoying a lot of budget beauty brands at the moment. I've been back into Primark to have a little look at some of their stuff, and actually everything on my face today, eyeshadow, blush, lips, all that kind of stuff, is Primark Beauty. And actually, I thought it wasn't too bad. There's another video coming up on that. But anyway, this is going to be a big haul video of all the things that I've picked up recently. As I said, I've got some indie stuff as well. I've got stuff from Merit Beauty, who have just launched in the UK, and a new palette from Cosmic Brushes as well. So if you'd like to see what I've picked up recently, then just keep on watching. So first of all, as I said, I have been back into Primark Beauty, and I picked up this here, which is the Prep and Perfect Glow Cream Illuminating Primer. I have tried this out, as I say, today. I've put loads of stuff on my face that is all from Primark. So if you like the look of this look that I've got on my face now, make sure to check out that video when it goes live. I also picked up this, which was a little eyeshadow palette. These are all kind of meant to be Charlotte Tilbury dupes, but actually there's loads of stuff here that's nothing like Charlotte Tilbury. It's just in that kind of packaging. So this here is the Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. I would say I thought this was going to be a really pink toned palette, but actually on this side, the first 6 shadows are matte, and I would say actually lean a little bit more warm toned. It's what I've got on my eyes today. And then the last 6 shadows are all kind of shimmery tones, and this here especially is kind of like pink and even in the red genre. But so far, just a little like disclosure, they weren't bad at all. If you want to see how they perform, as I say, that video will be coming up. This here, I got a little lip liner, and this I'm sure is in, I want to say it was like Naturally Pink or something. It's not on the packet, it was on the little bit of like plastic stuff that you take off. I'm just going to show you the nib. Quite a wee interesting applicator for a drugstore product. So that, I also picked up this. I didn't pick up, I know they do dupes of Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, well certainly in the packaging, but I didn't pick up any lipstick. I picked up a gloss instead because I kind of thought that with the lip liner I'll be able to make a nice colour, but also this will go over the top of other things a bit easier when I might not like the formula of the lipstick and stuff. I just thought a gloss is a safer bet. So this is a plumping gloss, and to my surprise it's not actually on my lips at the moment. I just ended up taking it off because it's very, very like the Too Faced lip injection. It's not like that minty tingle, it's like full on like stinging bee sting tingle to your lips. So I think it does plump the lips because of irritation, but I was surprised by this. So as I say, I'm getting into like proper reviews of each thing. I'm going to try and keep this short and snappy. I also picked up this, which is the cream eyeshadow from Primark, and I'm just going to show you here. It does have one of those little inserts. There, that is it. It's like a cream eyeshadow. You can see here. I'm sure this is called bronze something. Bronze gold. It's actually very, very deep, but I was pleasantly surprised by this as well. But what I'm going to say is this has now been on my eyes for 5.5 hours, and let me just zoom you in because there's definitely some creasing going on. So as you can see, there's still really nice sheen to my eyes, but I think you can definitely see where it started to crease. Can you see that? And I'm not certain that that is the eyeshadows. I think that is probably the cream eyeshadow. I'm going to try the cream eyeshadow on its own tomorrow because I just want a really simple look. I'm taking Jack to soft play, so even if I get makeup on my face, but that's my plan. I'm going to try it tomorrow and use it as a bit of a wear test, but there is definite creasing. You can see it there. But the finish of it when I first put it on was really nice, but just a little bit of a disclaimer. Definitely does have some creasing issues. Creasing issues? That was a bit strange. I also picked up this. This is the PS Sweet Lashes. You can see there again. I don't think Charlotte Tilbury does any mascaras in this kind of a tube, but it's kind of like a dupe of her packaging. This was on this side of my face today actually. Very, very nice. Very impressed with that. However, I also picked up this, which is the Wonder Lash, which I think looks like a dupe for the likes of Benefit, They're Real and things like that. I've actually had this one a little bit longer than the Sweet Lashes. This one, I have some opinions on that one. I also picked up these two, which are, I'm just rubbing it on my boobs because it's all fingerprints. This is their cream blushers. Now, as I say, this was in the same section as the kind of Charlotte Tilbury dupe stuff, but what I would say is that these are much more reminiscent of that of the Rare Beauty, what are they called? The Rare Beauty soft blushes, luminous blushes, I can't remember. Melting blushes, I think. This one is Rose, which I think is quite a nice shade. I've tried both of them on today, but this is like an almost neon orange colour. This is so up my street. And these were £3.50 each. So again, I will tell you more about them at a later date, but very excited about them. Obviously, I have spoken before about the dual blush, which is quite clearly a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury here. But again, I gave you a roundup of that in my February favourite, so I'll put that video up in the corner. Now, moving on to some other bits that I picked up in the drugstore recently. This one here from Studio London. This is their After Dusk palette. I do have a full video up of this palette and how I liked it, first impressions of it, first time, whoa, sorry. Here we go. This is an amazing little palette. I was quite shocked about this, but if you want to see my full review of this, I'm going to put that video up in the corner. I thought it was really good. I also picked up another Colour Icon eyeshadow pigment. Actually, I tell you, I picked up two. So this one is in Priority Pink. This is a matte version. I had never tried a matte one before. And this one is in Major Magenta. Again, I speak all about these in that video, so I'm not going to go into any great detail. I also recently picked this up from e.l.f. It's one of their little mini kind of 4-pan palettes. I think these are great. I think these are really, really good. I actually just the other day used the hot jalapeno, the like green one with little 4. These are so good. These are great little palettes, especially for the price of them. I think they are wonderful little pigmented eyeshadows. And this was part of their Good Vibes Only range, and I'm just going to show you the colours. I just thought this was such an interesting little quad. It's not like straight up I was going to make a neutral eye with this. It gave me some other options, and I just think this is absolutely gorgeous. Really, really like this. I also picked up this from BH Cosmetics. It's been a while since I've had a BH Cosmetics palette. I think the last one I bought was like one of their Halloween ones, which was quite a long time ago. And these are not new. This is the kind of travel ones. What are these called again? I can't remember. There was like a lot of these, and you get like Miami and Paris and London and Hawaii and all these other things. So this is the Los Angeles palette. And the reason I really wanted to get this was because I loved the pastel colours in it. I've always really enjoyed BH Cosmetics shadows. I think they're quite an underrated brand. They are now owned by Revolution Beauty, so it'll be nice to see if the texture of these still is as good as I remember it. But I did have a palette the last few years. Oh, who was it by? Sorry, I just went and grabbed it there. It was the Crystal Waves palette by Makeup Obsession. Again, I feel like this might be owned by Revolution Beauty. And this here was always a really nice kind of pastel palette that I enjoyed. I think I paid like a £5 or £8 for this or something. Now, this I could always make work for me in the spring and summer, but it's not the most amazing formula in the world. I don't really expect this was going to be the most amazing formula either. But I just thought I've always loved the BH Cosmetics formula, but they were never like in a store here in Scotland that I could just go and grab them. It was always online. So the fact that this is now in store, and I just thought it was the most beautiful kind of pastel colour story. I can't wait to start playing with this throughout spring. And then I went into Boots. I wanted to try some more kind of budget range base products and concealers because I am pretty picky about what my base products are. I feel like I'm 36, I have dry skin, I need to know I'm going to be able to have like a dewy base, a glowy base, stuff like that. And if I don't have that, it can be quite difficult to be enjoying a lot of base products that are on the more budget end of the scale. So I've picked up these two. This is the collection Lasting Perfection Hydrating Serum Concealer, and I picked it up in shade Extra Fair, which is actually 4, because I kind of thought, oh, 4 seems quite deep. But it is what I've got on today, and I have to say again, 5-hour mark, I am enjoying this under the eye at the moment. No complaints here. But for spot coverage or for like pigmentation coverage, things like that, maybe not the best, but definitely under the eyes. So far, not so bad. I also picked up this, which is the Bear With Me Concealer Serum. And the reason I got this one from NYX was because it's got like extracts and tremella, mushroom and something else. I can't remember. It basically was trying to say like it had skincare properties, which made it sound to me like it was probably quite appealing for someone who has a dryness to their skin as opposed to oily skin. So I thought we'd try this as well. And again, I got this in the shade Too Light. And this actually looks a lot deeper. A lot deeper than the other one, and this is only shade 2. So I then picked up this, which is the new e.l.f. O lipsticks. What are they called? O Face. What is that meant to mean? The O Face, as if you're like, what is that meant to mean? It's a satin lipstick, and I got the shade Standing Ovation. e.l.f., you are killing it with the packaging at the moment, and this is it here. Oh, it looks absolutely glorious. I cannot wait to try this. I will be doing this on a kind of affordable Fridays over Instagram. I always put up a little reel on a Friday of all affordable makeup, like a full face of affordable makeup. So you will be seeing this kind of stuff over there. I probably will talk about them on this channel as well, but just so you know, if you kind of think, oh, she spoke about that and I didn't see her speak about it, check out my Instagram because it's more than likely I've spoke about it there too. I then picked this up from XX Revolution, which I have one of their like cloud blushes, they're kind of cream blushes. This, however, is the Excess Blush High Pigment Blusher, and it's a powder one. And this one was like down from £8 to £4. It only seemed to be like this blush that was like that. There was no sale on, no nothing, just this blush. I don't know if they're discontinuing it, but I thought the colour of this, very up my street for spring. Now it looks kind of matte in the pan. I can't remember if it's matte. I feel like when I seen it in the shop, it looked like there was maybe a bit more of a sheen to it, but it's like a beautiful, bright, I would say coral, but leaning more to the pink. Very, very pretty. So I'm looking forward to trying out that as well. Again, probably will be over on Affordable Fridays on my Instagram, but I will definitely do a few more affordable looks here for spring. Now I was actually sent these two from Gen Z. Again, I did a little reel over on Instagram or TikTok for these. I think they actually shared my video over on their TikTok as well. And these are the Clean Sheen cheek and lip colours. I'm sure I spoke about these in my blushes video, and what I was saying is these are not my favourite products from Gen Z. That doesn't mean to say that they're a bad product, it's just out of all the products they have, this certainly was never the one that I was gravitating towards, and I had the shade Apricot. That wasn't sent to me in PR, but they have two new shades, and one is coconut and one is dragon fruit. Coconut and dragon fruit looked like they were going to absolutely terrify me. They looked like they were so bright, and I thought, oh my god, this is going to look crazy on me. But the way I kind of spoke about the apricot one is, once you start blending them out, they kind of blend away to not very much. Now that's not me saying that like there's nothing there, but they aren't as pigmented and as loud as I would normally like in a blush. Now for coconut, that really works for me for a bronzer because clearly I am quite a pale person. But for dragon fruit, which is like this neon pink almost, it's actually a lot more softer on application once you're putting it on. And personally, I kind of like things to be a little more pigmented, but they can be built up as well. So as I'm saying, I'm standing by it. They're still not my favourite product from Gen Z, but I still think they're not my favourite kind of cream blush, but they are buildable. So if you're someone who doesn't like an instant load of pigment, you're worried about cream blush just getting carried away with itself, you look like a clown, then these actually really might be up your street. And these two new colours are very, very nice. Now, I also picked up the Spectra Lash Bundle from Glisten Cosmetics. Let me just empty this packet out. So this is the Spectra Lash Bundle. These are coloured mascaras. This one is obviously a black and this one is a white. And as you can see here, there is a red, orange, green, blue, although I would say this is more teal, blue, purple and yellow. Now, I have tried the teal, the yellow and the blue so far. What I'm going to say is I'd seen, is it Wendy's World? She's a fantastic creator. I'm pretty sure I've seen her talking about these. And her wearing the yellow, the teal and the blue, they looked amazing. She does such fantastic kind of colourful, bright but very simple looks. And what I found was the yellow was really good, the teal was very good, but when I seen Wendy wearing the blue, it looks proper electric blue on her lashes. And I wondered, did she put the white on before the blue? Because when I tried this for the other day, it just looked kind of navy on my eyelashes. It didn't look that electric blue that you used to get back in the early 2000s when you were wearing this kind of mascara to the disco. I really wanted it to be that colour, but it wasn't. However, the teal one and the yellow one were very, very vibrant. So I'm going to keep you posted with the others to let you know what I think about them. But so far, the only one that's kind of disappointed me was the blue, and I did wonder, did she put on like some sort of primer or some sort of white on before she used that blue, because it looked very navy on me. I also picked up 2 of the Spectra paints from Glisten Cosmetics. I do have a code with Glisten Cosmetics. I am not like, you know, on their PR list or anything like that. I bought all this with my own money, but I do have an affiliate code. If you want to get yourself a discount and you're interested anyway, it'll be on the screen somewhere. But the reason I really wanted to try these, and I only bought them in a black and a white, was I have a few Vanessa Mileage Colour Fix. I also quite like to use like the Glisten liners as bases sometimes. I feel like I've got quite a lot of products that are really good for colour, for base. So for that reason, I kind of thought, well, to mix that up a little bit, if I want to make something deeper, or if I want to make something a little deeper or a little more pastel, why not get the black and the white? I could have picked up loads of colours because they looked amazing, but I thought, let's start here. I'll let you know what I think about them, and then I'll get back to you. Sorry, my battery ran out there and I had to go and get another one. So I just realised I hadn't told you about this. I also picked this up in Boots because it was on offer. This is the original Lee Stafford dry shampoo. So I've picked that up because it was one that was always really, really expensive when it first came out. But I think I managed to pick this up for like £1.89, which was pretty good for this. So we're going to give this a go again because, as I've said, I still have never found to this day the dry shampoo of my dreams after they discontinued the Aussie Volume one. The NYX Brow Glue, this is, like, they've had this for ages. This isn't a new product, but what is new is that it's now tinted. So I picked up the shade, is it dark brown? I think this is actually a really good brow product. I have used this a few times, like I said, in some of the Affordable Friday videos, but I find that the tint does not do very much. As I already have very dark brows anyway, that is fine. But if you're someone who's looking for colour and hold, I feel like even if you had really blonde brows and you maybe be going for a lighter kind of taupe colour or like a warm brown or whatever it is, I don't see any colour when I use it. But, you know, that's just me saying. I also picked up this while I was in Boots, but the reason I'm telling you about this now is because I was also sent a couple of bits of PR from John Frieda, but this I purchased myself. So this is the John Frieda, this is new. This is a new range they have. This is the Pro Filler for fine hair, and this is the thickening spray. Now I have always used the volume range, and I've always spoke about it on this channel. It's the shampoo and conditioner I always buy in the big tubs. And I seen this advertised on their Instagram. They have it in the shampoo, the conditioner, all that stuff, and I did initially think, well, I'll just buy the shampoo and conditioner as well and this. And then I thought, don't be silly. You've got shampoo and conditioner in the bathroom. You do not need that right now. But why not try the thickening spray? It basically says it plumps overall thickness by 200%. It's got biotin and hyaluronic acid in it. So I'll keep you informed. But as I was saying, I did get sent some PR from John Frieda as well. And they sent over this, which is the Vibrant Shine 3-in-1 Shine Spray for glossy shine, detangling and heat protection. I have tried this a couple of times. I think it's nice, but would I buy it again? Probably not, because I don't feel like it adds anything to my hair. I think if you're someone who's got particularly dull hair or damaged hair, or you're trying to heat protect your hair, stuff like that. Now I use a straightener nearly every other day to put a wave through my hair, but I don't feel like I've got overly damaged hair or lackluster hair. It shines quite nicely if I give it a good old wash. So this for me, I just don't think is doing anything. They also sent over another product which I actually passed on. I'm going to put it here. It was like I want to say like a cream. So if you were someone who liked a really slick back pony or something like that, to smooth down flyaways, and I just thought, I'm never going to use this product because I never do hairstyles like that, and I never will, because this big face does not need to be full frontal like this. I quite like having my hair down and around my face a lot of the time. And they also sent me some of their original frizzy stuff as well, which again is just not for my hair, so I passed it on to someone else. I then got sent this in PR, which is the L'Oreal Professional Scalp Advance. Now this, I don't know if you all remember, do you remember the L'Oreal Elvive? It was like Extraordinary Clay range. I'm going to put a picture here, hopefully I can find it. Now I was in Boots the other day and I could see all the other L'Oreal Elvive ranges and I couldn't see that. And I wondered, this is L'Oreal Professional. Is this now going to like take over the advanced clay or extraordinary clay or whatever it was. So this is a Scalp Advance. It's basically a 2-in-1 shampoo and deep mask purifier, and it does say clay 6%. I'm going to show you it here. I have got a reel coming up over on Instagram if it's not already up. And it's kind of like a clay situation. What I done was put it all through my roots, like even sectioned my hair and put it all into the roots, and then basically it lathers up like a shampoo. You can either do that, wear it as a mask for like 3 to 5 minutes, or you can just put it straight on in the shower and use it like a shampoo. So I kind of was like, with the old clay stuff, I remember that clay being quite thick. This lathers up like a shampoo once it hits water. Initially you're kind of feeling like, but once you get into the shower, it lathers beautifully. And I have to say, this left my hair feeling exceptionally clean. I have got greasy hair. I use a lot of dry shampoo. I don't wash my hair every day. I wash it like every maybe 3 to 4 days. And I feel like I've got very kind of greasy and lank hair anyway. But this left it with a feeling of, and like I say, I only put it in the roots, of it being so clean that it was almost like squeaking. And I think if you were someone who had overly dyed hair, like loads of blonde in your hair, something like that, this might not be for you. I feel like it would start to feel that chewing gum way in the shower if you used this. I don't know why. I didn't put it through my ends or through any of the areas of colour, and those bits were okay. But I feel like if you were to put it on hair that was like loads and loads of blonde, it might feel stretchy, which I'm sure is a bad thing on your hair, because it made my hair feel like super duper clean, and my hair was beautiful after, but this is obviously my natural colour up here and I only used it in my roots. I do wonder what it would be like on people with very, very coloured or dyed hair. And finally in PR, I got sent from Curel, which is really exciting because you know that I'm really enjoying Curel. So this is the Intensive Moisture Facial Cream, and then this is the Moisture Repair Eye Cream. I actually had bought a full set and thought it was so good that I bought full sizes. So this is actually the second time I'd purchased this set. And then on Instagram, he had reached out to me and was like, can we send you some stuff? And it just so happens that the same company that sends their stuff also does stuff for John Frieda. So I was really cheeky. I was like, oh, I see you do John Frieda. And that's why they sent me some stuff, but it wasn't necessarily for my hair type. So this is the Moisture Repair Eye Cream, and then this is a new one. This is the Anti-Wrinkle Hydrating Serum. So I am very excited to try that. Actually, I got sent over some stuff from Wild. I had mentioned recently that they had reached out to me and said, you know, affiliate code and all that kind of stuff. And I went on and purchased because I needed some new deodorant refills. I picked up, this one is chamomile tea and French lavender. I feel like the lavender is there, but the tea is kind of here nor there. Pomegranate and pink peppercorn, which I've had before, and sandalwood and patchouli, which are two of my favourite scents. But they actually sent me out this, which was this really, really cute like little tin that they had for Valentine's Day. Look at that there. It's got little hearts on it. It's just adorable. It's so, so nice. And they also had a kind of Valentine's Day scent, which was salted caramel popcorn. So these two kind of go together. I haven't opened it yet. My current one in the bathroom is just about to run out. So I may start this one for the spring and summer type thing. And then my other one will just go into my normal black container. I then made an order with Merit. I don't know if you're going to see that there. It's their little like makeup bag. How cute is this? So basically, Merit are a brand that I've wanted to try for ages and ages. They're very like that kind of cool girl chic, a little bit like Glossier, but I feel like almost Glossier's older sister. It's kind of elevated to chic. And this is the makeup bag. This came free with any orders because they've recently just launched in the UK. So I was so excited, and I think this is very, very cute. Now, I made an order of their, oh, what is it called? The foundation? It's not called the foundation. The Minimalist. And the Minimalist is like their kind of foundation come concealer stick. And I also made an order of like a set. They do sets online. And basically, I'm just going to show you, because the set that I picked up was kind of like basically the Colour Cosmetics range. I think it had the mascara in it as well. But I just wanted a little taster of everything. So this here is the Minimalist. I got the shade Linen. The packaging and everything about this is just very, very sexy. I very much like it. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. I am going to do a separate video on this whole range because I think they are quite a pricey brand, so I just want to see if it's kind of worth the hassle. But in the set I got the Clean Lash, I got the Flush Balm. This is Persimmon, which actually, this looks really dark. I feel like on the website this looked very, very kind of bright and summery colour, but actually in real life it's really quite dark. Again, just packaging, absolutely beautiful. Even the outer packaging, like the little boxes and all that, oh, it's right, it's kind of, this is marketing that absolutely I fall fail to. This is the kind of marketing where I'm like, I want to be that woman. I'm never going to be that woman, but it makes me feel classy. This is the shade Slick. It's a tinted lip oil. For a second there I was like, what is this? There should be a lipstick as well. And I got the shade Pink Beat, which actually, that again, that looks a lot darker than I thought. It's maybe, once it's on the lips, a little more closer to, and I think it's got like a little bit of a gold shimmer in there too. We will see, we will see. But again, I just think these are really nice, like, dressing table, handbag items. Not that anybody gives a shit about what's on my dressing table, especially not Jack or Alan, but you know. And the signature lip, I picked up L'Avenue, so like Avenue, but with a kind of French L at the start. Look at this component. Oh, that is absolutely sexy. So this is looking very, very dark. I feel like all of these look a lot darker than they were on the website, which is a little alarming because I felt like, oh, I'll pick these for like summer, kind of like, you know, that warm kind of orangey summer. They all look kind of wintry, like fall wintry. So as I say, I am going to do a full video on all of these products, so we're not going to be swatching or nothing like that at the moment, and then I'm going to use my bougie ass little bag. I'll actually probably use this as a clutch rather than a makeup bag because it's too cute not to use as a little handbag to go places. And finally, from Cosmic Brushes, I picked up the Muse palette. This is not an indie brand that I've bought for before, but the colour story of this palette just spoke volumes to me. This was the resale or the restock. Basically, they put it on sale, and I think it went on sale at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m, and by 5:02 it was out of stock. I have a story all about that. I will include it in the video all about this. But the colour story, and I feel like for spring, this palette just spoke to me because it's got the greens. I love greens. It's also got like these beautiful purples and lavenders, which are just that little bit. I feel like this is a colour story I don't own. This is like got little pinks, little bit purples, and I'm not one to buy a pink or a purple palette, but with those greens in there, I just feel like I am very, very on board with this palette. So this was a very reasonable palette. I want to say this was like £18. Very, very reasonable. They are a very small indie brand. I think the brand themselves, the people who are running it, I have a few like opinions on their restock and stuff, but I think on the whole, they've handled it very well. But however, their stan fans, let's talk about that more in the video. They are mental. They are absolutely mental. And so that is everything that I've recently picked up. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you give it an idea of things that I'll be talking about in the future, either here on YouTube or over on Instagram. And I hope to see you all again in the next one. Bye.